the stream before last, we reacted to IDubbbz Content Cop H3. Okay? Which, by the way, I got my first hate comment. Look, I sound like Ethan. I got allergies, so sorry about the sniffing. Um, I got my first hate comment, bro. Dude said, "Bud, give up YouTube. You spent so much time on this, and you have close to 0 views." Okay. So if we go to the video, I have 153 views. But apparently now that's zero. I guess. Regardless, bro was talking crazy in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. It's fine. I get it. You mad. Because, I go to their channel. There's no content there. I don't even have 50 videos on my YouTube in general. So, okay. I guess 153 views is zero. That's fine. That's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like that video, come watch me on Twitch then. Come watch me on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Come watch me on Twitch. You might like it live instead. Regardless. Now we have a response from H3. And I'm excited to see what it is. I think that it's going to still be very deflective and very defensive, and he's going to continue to reiterate the points of this big harassment campaign that he said he's been going through, which, yes, he has been getting harassed, but I do think we can't help but ignore the fact that a lot of it is provoked, because you're always going to get harassed as a public figure. I mean, I have 153 views on a video, and somebody really felt the confidence and need to come into the comment section and tell me to give up on my dream, and that I have 0 views, even though it's over 100. But I don't know. So you're always gonna get harassed on the internet, but then it just depends on if you feed into the harassment and keep it going and going and going and going and going. That is when it's just gonna become an uproar, and especially when you're attacking so many different communities and things like that, it's going to come back on you in some way, some shape or form. Sorry again about the sniffs, but yeah, it just, like, I know that a lot of people don't like the take of, get better and things like that, and I think there's a better way to rephrase that. And I think that he just needs to take a break from everything that's going on around him. Because I think that it's just so much overtake. And I don't think this is parasocial, because, I mean, it's affecting the show, like, the content itself. It's not even, like, a him thing. I mean, he is the main proprietor, but it's affecting the show. Wait, who? We're talking about Ethan Klein. H3. And, it's just no clue who that is. It's okay. You're a youngin. It's okay. Don't worry about it, bro. I'm gonna teach you. But I just think it's just a lot, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's, every time someone calls him out, it's either anti-Semitic, or it's in bad faith, or it isn't true, or it's slander, or it's defamation, or it's this, that, and the other thing. That's why he getting called out. Type shit. But it's just not good, and especially when you're on this level and now you're doxing random Reddit users or people in the comment section and things like that. Muha time? What is Muha time? But yeah, it's just not a good look. But I will point out something here, okay? I don't have, like, the original screenshot of the video, but the original video was my response to IDubbbz, but it didn't get a million views. That time. So he changed it to what did he change it to? He changed it to something else. I know for a fact the first one was my response to IDubbbz, okay? And now, which we can actually see the actual name. He before this was like 30 minutes ago when I pulled this up. That's why it's changed in the bottom. But the original, well, not original, the second or third title for this is now I'm sorry. So now he's trying to clickbait it even more because it didn't get the engagement that he wanted. I kind of figured this because I saw him posting on Instagram as he normally does, and he was like H3 video coming up, and I was like, bro, he really is trying to ratio so hard, like, and I know it's a petty little thing, but I really do think it really affects him. His little content nuke on Hassan got 2 million views. This content cop has over 5 million as of right now. So bro thought he was gonna come and he had enough support to ratio him back. But you don't, gang. You're cooked. So he changed it to I'm sorry. And now it's I'm sorry, my response to IDubbbz content cop. It's just so it's kind of deplorable. It's like I feel bad for bro because like this is really like I can like relate to this in a little bit of a way. Like I can understand like, you know, you're getting this criticism that you think is unfair or you think that is targeted and pointed. So you just turn on the blinders and you just gonna crash out. You feel me? That's why I have a crash emote. You just crash out. Muhammad's. Oh my god, I'm so lost, not gonna lie. This dude trying to do Muhammad's. This is so ridiculous. You're so lost. 1 of 7 ads. Yeah, GG's. Why do people say that? I have an hour, like I have a minute and a half ads every hour. That is not that long. Whatever. Regardless, okay. So let's continue talking about this. So I think that's kind of just it's weird. It's weird. It's kind of attention seeking. And no, I'm not subbing. You stream twice a month. All right. YouTube, look. Y'all, if y'all just strictly YouTube viewers, y'all got it the best, bro. I'm at least gonna upload once a month or once every 2 months. Stream, they be feeling some type of way. Like, I don't get it, bro. But I want to get into this video, so we gonna get into it. I'm gonna explain to this fool what we talking about. But I want to get into the video. We gonna get into the video, okay? That's as much as I really can explain, like, in short terms, because we could talk about this shit for an hour. But basically just know IDubbbz, he made a content cop. He came back after he said he despised doing content cops because they were so hateful. Now he's back with a content cop that I think is pretty fair. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's pretty fair. And Ethan is not taking that very well. So, let's see his response, though. I'm curious. By the way, okay, so now it's called my response to IDubbbz content cop. Is it I'm sorry or... Bro, they keep changing the name of it. They did... Bro, in this recording, they keep changing... Nah. Ain't no way.
Hey, man.
He changed it back? You see what I'm saying? So, I think that he's trying to ratio, and the fact that this isn't at 1 million views, I think he might be losing it. Bro. Look, his last video was featuring IDubbbz. Like, before he came back with, like, this real, like, weird harassment campaign and stuff like that. And to be fair to Ethan, he has points that I could understand that make you paranoid and make you anxious, right? Like, apparently he got CPS called on him, right? People are genuinely being anti-Semitic. People are genuinely making video games about his wife killing babies and calling her terrorist. He genuinely has things that I understand, but when you start pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing upon them, you're just gonna bring more of those creatures out of the woodwork. You're just gonna bring more of them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you give them the power that they want, they will continue to go on and on and on and on. So, enough yap, though. I'm curious to see his response. I don't know. It's not called I'm Sorry anymore. He changed it again. Like, this was the original title, and then he changed it to I'm Sorry. Then he changed it to I'm Sorry, my reaction to IDubbbz, Content Cop. And now it's back to my response. Like, he's trying to cook this algorithm, but, bruh, it's been over a day. I think you're cooked. It's been over a day. It's been over a day, bro. Anyways, enough of the yapping. I'm curious to see his response. And it's so weird how he has, like, I know he did this, I believe, like, back in the day. Like, he has, like, the topic on his computer. But just something off about it. It's just something off. It's like, in the state that I see him in, it feels something ain't right. It feels like psychotic. And I mean that in the most whatever way. So this is the pro-Islam guy. Pro-Israel, yes. Cause his Ela, cause she hates being called his wife, even though it's about him. Ela is Israeli. He is an Israeli citizen. Like, he has like a dual citizenship because he lived there for like 5 years, which I don't know. But he's also Jewish, which apparently Judaism is very big in Israel, which I didn't even know. The only thing that I was basing, talking about Israel in a negative way and like what they're doing to the people of Palestine and in Gaza and things like that is that they're doing a fucking genocide. That's literally it. I didn't know that there was Jews there. I really don't give a fuck, to be honest. It could be all blacks, and I'd still be on their ass. I don't care. So I didn't even know that. But what you mean? Didn't the religion originate there? I think that's one of the places where it originated because I believe that a lot of Jews. Look, I might be wrong, bro. I don't know anything about this for real. Like to that extent. I just know what's going on now, and I know of the history of Israel. I don't know about the fucking colonization and shit. But apparently, Jews were they left Germany, I think, like during like the Nazi shit, and basically like rendezvoused there in Israel. Because I mean, they have the Star of David as their flag, so whatever. But I didn't know that. And the only reason I'm saying I didn't know that is because people take the criticism of Israel as you being anti-Jew or you being anti-Semitic just because you don't like Zionists or something like that. And I'm just saying, like, that, I get it. It is a lot of that. But there is, I feel like, more of a majority of people that don't even know that Jews are like the main majority of people that are there, legitimately. So I don't know, and I'm pretty like savvy on all of this, like trying to keep up with it at least as the best of my knowledge. But I didn't know that it was like Jews there until he was bugging out about it, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know. Wait, people mad at them because they're Jewish, not because they're killing babies and blowing up hospitals? But okay, I didn't know that. Oh my god. No, there's no way. I just spoiled myself, but there's no way he's showing. Oh no, he's showing the same clip. I don't even know why America is involved in this. Because America, well, first of all, oh snap, I had to sneeze. Well, first of all, America is the biggest militia, I believe, almost in the world. We might be combated by like China or something like that, but we have very, like a very, thank you, Tracy. we have a very large abundance of military weapons in arsenal. So for some reason, I don't know why we be like, it's like if you didn't even get invited, don't come type of thing. It's like an accept moment. But for some reason, we feel the need to create allies with these different superpowers by giving them, artillery and different things like that. In order for us to have like a good upkeep with them, and also the fact that we owe like a majority of the world trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. So I feel like that's America's way of being like, hey, I'm still kind of powerful. Like, you still kind of need me. So that's why. This is like the same thing that happened in the 80s. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but probably yes. I would say probably 100% yes. But we were trying to stop this shit. Oh yeah, like the Holocaust and shit like that. Yeah, the only difference with the Holocaust, it was doing a world war. So we were kind of like doing our own little thing, chilling and shit. But like yeah, so we was kind of like in a world war at the point. But this time, we're literally helping fund destruction, legit. Bro said I'm learning about it in my history packet. But yeah, so yeah, same thing, bro. The way we keep our allies is showing that we have some type of power that they aren't able to harness. That's how we keep our allies. But we'll see how much longer that lasts with good old Trumpy boy, in the building. But let's go ahead and watch this.
A few days ago, my good friend Ian, also known as
Reagan was trying to stop Israel and Iraq from making nuclear weapons type shit. Okay. I thought you was talking about something America did. Well, we're not even gonna get into it. We're not gonna get into the history. We're here for Ethan. Let's yeah, because we can go on for that forever. Because like Reagan got his own problems that he was on some bullshit. So, all right.
A few days ago, my good friend Ian, also known as IDubbbz, released a content cop about me. His video's over an hour long, and it's full of a lot of accusations. We watched the entire video, every frame of it, responded to every accusation.
Cap. I'm just gonna call Cap. I'm gonna be petty like him, cause so just for context, when he watched Ian's content cop on stream, he legitimately stopped it every single 5 seconds. Like, he couldn't even get out 3 words, and he stopped it. And was like, it became so incoherent. I don't know how anybody in his audience legitimately understood or watched the video to its full extent. It was impossible. Because y'all think I pause a lot. Bro, he paused every single 3 seconds or 2 words. It was ridiculous, bro. Like, he turned the hour-long video into 9 hours. Okay? Like, y'all think I be pausing 1 hour into 9 hours? And the most cringy thing about it was that the first day when the content cop came out, he was shocked. I could tell that it really hurt him, to be honest. Parasocial, whatever. Call me out. And they didn't finish it that day. And then they came back to their show on Friday. So, obviously they watched the content cop on either that night or the day that they were off on Thursday. Well, I mean, they had a member show, but they watched it before they came back on stream on Friday. And so it just made it even weirder because then it just feels like it's scripted. Like, nobody wants to see something you've already watched. Like, it's legit that you are just in it for the content at that point. Because, like, if I watch a video, like, I always, like, if there's something I really want to watch, I literally do whatever I can. Like, I don't even go on Twitter or anything like that because I know sometimes they'll show me spoilers. So it was just really weird watching him react to the rest of it, still pausing it every 3 seconds, panic pausing, and like, I wonder if he's gonna actually explain this point next, which obviously you know what's coming next in the video, so you saying that is really weird, and like, it just I feel like it's slightly trying to pull the wool over the people who are just like casual viewers who don't really like honestly give a fuck, or that aren't going to do the extra mile for this shit, which is probably a majority of people. So they're just coming in and watching this show like, oh my god, who is this fucking asshole? Like, wow, I can't believe he's being mean to my favorite content creator type of shit. So it's just really weird. But circling back, he did not watch the entire video frame from frame. There's literally a moment where he skips like 10 minutes of the video. So I mean, you know, he didn't watch all of it frame by frame. Let's chill. You probably watched it at home, but you did not watch it in public, my nigga.
On the podcast and a really long episode, we watched the whole thing. So if you're interested in a more thorough response to everything, I would recommend watching this episode.
Absolutely not.
The video that I'm making today, however,
absolutely not.
I don't need an hour for, because there's really just one central point that I want to make here. My good friend Ian, in his hour-long takedown, did not mention one time Child Protective Services. Not one time in the entire video.
Brother.
He never says CPS. No mention, no explanation, no overview, nothing. Zero mentions of CPS. A few weeks ago, Child Protective Services showed up to our house at 6 a.m. to interrogate us about an anonymous tip they got that our kids were crawling around and eating dog shit at catching diseases. Ian spends the majority of his video characterizing me like a raving lunatic who's lashing out at everyone around me.
I don't know how to explain this in a way that seems fair, because it feels like his audience just doesn't want to hear any fairness, and neither does he. So it's kind of a reflection of that, right? But it's like, bro, I totally understand. Calling CPS is fucked. That's a fucked up thing to do. That's a fucked up thing to do. On God, that's fucked up, right? And honestly, I would show you the full context of the clip that we are referring to, but hey, if someone in the comments has something to say, Amber, you can come to my stream live, Wolfie Goldberg, and we could go ahead and look at all the clips and things like that. But the way he described it was that his dog has a diarrhea infection. His not newborn, I think he's actually 1 now, but he's a baby, right? His baby is crawling around. These are his words, okay? His baby is crawling around eating everything, right? So when you hear my dog has a bacterial infection or something like that? No, Ian didn't say any of this. Ian didn't say any of this. He is the point he's trying to make right now is that Ian didn't bring up the CPS situation. So I'm explaining to you the CPS situation. So Ethan, he said it. Let me just show you the clip. Hold on. Let me pull the clip up. All right, YouTube, y'all won. Here's the full clip. This is from a different video though, just for the record. But this is unedited.
Giardia.
Well, it happened when I watched this clip from his podcast.
Olive has
Olive is his dog. So this is Ethan, okay?
Giardia.
She has Giardia, which is the bacterial infection I was talking about that gives you diarrhea.
It's a bacterial infection in the intestines that makes you have diarrhea. Well, Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth.
Sonny is his son.
He has Giardia. Sonny's
okay.
diarrhea.
So you hear him say she has a bacterial infection that gives her diarrhea, basically, right? And then follows it up with this.
Well, Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
Oh shit.
He has
And
giardia.
now Hila has giardia.
His wife has giardia.
Now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
This morning, he thinks he has
You
giardia.
to not get it. From
I'm trying to.
because I'm not trying to get it.
No,
Then his crew asks, "How do we not get it from you?"
now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Oh my god.
Chief, what can I do to not get it from you?
I'm trying to.
Because I'm not trying to get
Can
it.
we crank the AC maybe?
Is it?
It's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop. Are you planning on that?
Never.
Nah.
You have to ingest my poop. So if you just a regular person watching this, you hear somebody say, "My dog has a bacterial infection that gives her diarrhea," followed up by, "My son is walking around and eating everything. Now he has it. My wife has it. I woke up this morning. I think I have it." They say, "How do we not get that?" And you said, "It'd be crazy. You'd have to ingest my poop." So, circling back to where he began, my dog has diarrhea, and my son is going around eating everything. I mean, now, to be fair to Ethan, he came back later and said that he don't think he had giardia, right? But based off of this clip, you would think that this nigga just got his baby crawling around eating shit. Or at least, like, you know what I'm saying? And yes, you can get giardia from dog hairs and different things like that. It's not completely just from ingesting poop. But the way that it's described, it could sound like that. So, now, I'm not going to take it upon, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, like, doubt anybody for calling CPS one of these crazed lunatics that sit in the comments and super parasocial. Probably did call CPS. But you do also have to remember, bro, you have over 40,000 congruent viewers. You have over 500,000 people watching the video in general. I think it's possible that CPS just saw the shit and said, "Let's just check it out." I don't know why no one has ever thought of that scenario. Right? And the way he explains this clip is that he was just speculating that he thinks that what it might be. But he just says it blatantly. And yes, we can give charitability, but he has given no charitability in this crusade to deplatform people and to dox and to do all these different things. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's more to the clip, though.
So then you're fine.
So look how he explains the rest of it.
Unfortunately,
So the problem is,
you just told us that your poop is flowing out of your mouth. It's like
Yeah,
in the
literally.
air, bro.
that's not what I said. That's literally that's what
admitted
you
had
said.
caca breath.
No, that's what you said. I said. Well, anyway, so let me continue, please.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So because
Keep interrupting.
you know, it can go on surfaces and stuff. So, you know, Olive chews everywhere. She's there. So you know, Sonny, it makes sense why he got it. Then once he starts having these crazy,
So Olive is spreading all these things everywhere, so it makes sense that Sonny got it because he's chewing, like he's licking up and like, you know, doing baby shit.
diarrheas like in the middle of the night, all day, all the time. He's having these crazy diarrheas. Then when me and Hila start having to get in there and changing his diaper, obviously you put him down, you wash your hands as best you can, but these are really nasty diarrheas.
And they put their hands into the poop.
So I haven't been diagnosed with it. Neither has Hila. Sonny went to the doctor today to get a poop evaluation, but I'm pretty sure he has it because the symptoms is like frequent and then extremely foul-smelling diarrheas. And the first night, it happened last night in the middle of the night. I walked into his room. He was crying in the middle of the night. And I was immediately struck by the foulest fucking... His whole room was just wafting and the foulest diarrhea smell. And I was like, here we go, you know. So I open, and first of all, he doesn't want.
Oh, if he makes any weird, I forgot you don't know him. If he makes any weird ticks, or like you see him doing something with his wrist, or like he like does this sometimes, that is because he has Tourette's. So those are ticks. So you don't have to say like, you know what I'm saying, swear words to have autism, or sorry, Tourette's. So he just has like little ticks and shit like that. But you made a good point though. Nowhere there's not a new gen CPS worker who doesn't watch H1Z1. Exactly, bro.
Get changed. He's in the middle of the night.
I look. I'm not looking past the fact that a random ass nigga that got nothing to do with his life, that's a fucking bum, probably did it. But you can't look past the fact that you are a well-known figure, and people are gonna see this clip.
He's tired, so you put him on the changing table, and he is thrashing like a fish out of water, and meanwhile he is covered in viscous, or does viscous mean not flowing or flowing or non-viscous?
Well, I think you have to phrase it like it either is highly viscous or it has low viscosity.
Which one is very flowy?
Flowy is low viscosity.
Yeah. So very, very low viscosity.
Hold on.
I think you're. Yeah.
Is that right?
Bro, this nigga is literally describing his baby having wet shits. So it's like, okay, so after the surface of that clip, a CPS showed up at his house. And you know, I think it's still fucked up. That's extremely fucked up. Because obviously, like, if anybody legitimately, hold on, I'm sorry, I gotta go back to this real quick.
Is that right?
If anybody legitimately thinks that he's letting his son eat shit, it's kind of just insane. Because first of all, he's wealthy as hell, so you know he has maids and shit like that. It's a baby. They have weak immune systems, and even if he did have Giardia, which he says he did not, it wouldn't be unlikely, and I don't think that's a system for saying that someone is not taking care of their children. Babies get sick all the fucking time, bro. Babies can get sick from just breathing, like legitimately. So I'm not looking. It's not that big of a deal. Like you said, what if CPS really just looked into it? That's what. Look, I haven't heard that take yet. I think that's possible, bro. Like, you have 1 million people sometimes watching your YouTube video. And let's keep it a buck, based off algorithms and things like that, they show you more of like what's in your region because you can connect to those different situations. Like, if I watch someone from the DMV, you know what I'm saying, Maryland or something like that, like, I'm an East Coast, so I know some of the slang. I know they're gonna throw that in the algorithm. So people that live in California are most likely watching your video. So it's no, like, you literally never know. You literally never know, bro. Yeah, it's no way. It's no fucking way. You know a CPS worker? Damn. So how does CPS addressing this have anything to do with their situation? Well, he's saying that the video is completely invalid because he is completely valid on all of his takes and all the things that he's done and his harassment to other people and things like that, because he believes that they started a campaign to call CPS on them, which has been debunked, and he has not shared any of that footage or watched any of those videos debunking that on his stream at all. There is one creator, to be fair, that is a little unhinged. Well, not even a little. He's very unhinged and very crazed, who played a video game of Ethan's wife. He played a video game of Ethan's wife, basically killing children in the video game. Insane. Absolutely nuts. And then he posted on his Instagram and said, I'm actually the one that called CPS. But this guy lives in like fucking Poland or some shit, so I don't even know how that would work. But regardless, and even if he did, even if that guy did call the police or CPS or whatever, that wasn't even in Ian's video, the other guy. It wasn't even in his video. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So basically, he's saying that that's a big point of contention, that should be mentioned, because if we understand that CPS got called to his house, then that makes everything else okay that he has been doing, because he's justified in doing it because people are against him.
Me with zero provocation.
Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if
This
he
is
does
Ian.
these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. And I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you, and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
What he doesn't say is the majority of these clips he's using are taken from this episode. Now, does he ever show the title of this episode? No, he does not ever show the title of this episode. Snark called Child Protective Services on us. Not only does he not show the title, he doesn't explain why I'm upset, who I'm mad at, why I'm mad at them. Zero context. I am just an anonymous, screaming lunatic.
Well, no. I mean, he did explain the fact that in that episode, mostly, you were calling him and his wife spineless cowards and to go fuck themselves, and that you're nothing to me. Who else do we want to burn? These are just some of the quotables from the episode. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just you being mad about the snark calling CPS or whatever, which is totally fair. You were a little bit upset. But you started saying shit that I don't think you really meant because you were really upset, which is justifiable. But you need to learn to have some self-reflection on what you've done. Like, even when I crash out on these streams sometimes, like, even justified or not, I still look back on it and I'm like, ugh. Like, is that how I want to look to my audience, though? Is that how I want to look to, like, the people who, like, come here for a good time and just, like, do I want to look like, you know, spiteful and vengeance and, like, angry? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that how I really want to look? And, like, that should just really be beating me up sometimes, bro. Like, yeah, I'm justified in it. But, like, I also got to think, like, damn, like, is there somewhere I lost the plot? Is there somewhere where I wasn't thinking fully correctly and, like, maybe I didn't need to go so hard? Like, I always try to do self-reflection, and I feel like that's the thing that's missing for bro.
It's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years. And as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible.
You showing the name of the episode just kind of proves the point. Like, y'all literally are, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I said, it's completely fucked up. But there are so many content creators that get fucking SWAT calls and get fucking harassed and different things like that who don't say shit. Because when you give those people the power, they will continue to go on and on. Like, you showing this is just proving the point that you were very emotional to that day and you started saying shit that you didn't mean.
So fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground.
Bro, emotional dumping ground. You're talking about CPS on you, And then like you're basically saying, all right, we're cutting ties with everybody. Fuck everybody. If you didn't stand up for me, fuck you, everybody. Fuck. Who we gonna burn next? What bridge we gonna burn next, nigga? Like you gotta have some self-reflection. Just a tiny bit, bro. Cause I get being mad about it. I get being upset. But you did also say some shit that I don't think you really wanted. Like, it came out of anger and emotion, and not like genuine feelings. I feel
it's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra.
What does the title on the screen do? Yes, we get it. CPS got called. It's fucked up. But you still said you want to burn people when you just trying to cut every single tie that you have.
Thing and attack.
In this episode, the same day that CPS came to my home, I was understandably irate.
And no bullshit. That's why I don't even come on this stream if I'm feeling some type of way. Like, if I don't feel 100%, I'm not coming on this stream. Like, bro, if I had something bad happen to me or I got pissed off or something like that, I'm not going to get on stream that day. I'm going to wait and chill the fuck out and, like, get my shit together so I can come back and have a good show. And just be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You could even say, hey, CPS got called on us. It's really fucked up. We're going to take today off because we're just really emotional. But instead, you got on there, you said, fuck everybody. What bridge are we going to burn next? The feelings are valid. The actions of those feelings are irrational.
This was a provocation that I had not experienced. It went into my real world, was affecting my children and my life in a way that I found extremely disturbing and an escalation that I found very unacceptable. Now, why am I mad at Ian for this? Well, let's start here. IDubbbz is someone he's accusing me of in his video of harassing. Let's see what IDubbbz said about my children 3 days before CPS was called.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog
This guy on the video, he's insane. I'm not gonna lie, he's actually insane.
shit, and God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something, but they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia from the dog shit that is all over his house.
Dude, how is it that like maybe once a week I look into what Ethan Klein's been up to, and every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit. This is where Ethan tells a story about his family getting Giardia.
We already have Mold Mondays. Now we have Shit Saturdays.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get. There are lots of things that you can get as an adult. You're totally fine. You'll be A-okay. No problem. A child, a small infant that has no immune system, shouldn't be catching anything.
No wonder his house is covered in dog shit, and he's neglected children.
I mean, she was just pointing out the fact that any diseases can be bad for children. I said that earlier. Like, infants get sick all the time from random shit just from breathing.
Raised by nannies have contracted parasites previously unknown to science from the feces. I wonder why he skipped over all of this, because everything that I said in this story, which by the way was apparently compiled by his crew, playing.
No wonder this motherfucker's always sick. Yeah, it all makes sense now. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening? How is it happening? How is this happening? Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight. I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that, like, you don't give a fuck about your health, or your pop.
Wait, so when was this though? Wait, when was this though? Wait, when was this though? Because the other one was 3 days before CPS. When was this one? Where's the timestamp?
Posture, or your dog shitting all over the house to the point where your kids are getting giardia. That's the image of someone.
Wait, when was this?
Wait, what? Wait, what, Dams? Wait, what? You guys didn't know about this? Yeah. Meth-Zempic diet. Oh, God.
Even after CPS was called, Denham's attempted to justify it by claiming that it's okay because children can't be traumatized.
I don't want you to
Oh my God.
create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit. So I told him.
Look, I have to agree. This is a bad take. All right, kids can get traumatized by anything. I remember some random shit, and sometimes I'll bring it up, and my mom's like, "What the? How do you remember that?" They can. Kids can remember anything. So this is a bad take. But it doesn't. It's not justifying. Because literally within this same stream before this, she says it's fucked up to call CPS on them.
Create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old. Nah, yes you are. No, you're not. When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you
so is this whole thing just about CPS? Because that's kind of boring, bro.
15. You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
If you're wondering who the guy is she's watching, his name is Bad Empanada. And as far as harassment campaigns go, you'd think that Ian, as someone who cares so deeply about it, would be talking about him and not me. Here's a small taste.
I'd like to pay tribute to Ethan Klein and the new Twitch TOS that declares Zionism. Zion is the slur. I'd like to pay tribute to him by playing the first in Al-Aqsa video game where you kill Zionist soldiers as a Palestinian resistance fighter. Anyways, are these Israelis? They're just standing there? I mean, is the Israeli army a bunch of Ethan Kleins? Like, they're all on a fucking Ozempic binge? They don't understand what's going on around them? They haven't noticed me?
Bro, this is a nobody, though. That's the thing. It's like, he does get platformed by people. But you also platform people that are bad as well, who have done really fucked up shit. Not saying it's equal to him, but it's like, bro, this guy's nobody. He has no real power. If you ask anybody in your chat, if you never talked about him ever, if y'all said, do y'all know who Bad Empanada is? Not, bro, I didn't even know about him until Ethan brought him up. On God, on Jesus. And I watch Hassan all the time. Oh no, I'm gonna get called out for that because I watch Hassan. So that means that I just can't, I can't have a nuanced opinion. Oh shit.
Where do they keep the secretaries? In here? I'm hunting for secretaries right now. Secretary got...
Here's Bad Empanada once again, who posted a story saying, I'm the one who called CPS on Ethan Klein. I want CPS to take his kids away because they are seriously in danger.
What's Bad Empanada's view count? Or his follower count? I'm curious. Like, does he actually have any, like, viewers?
They're already losing a defamation lawsuit for millions to Ryan Kavanagh. I guess he can go through with that, though I did.
Wait, let me see. Let me see. Bad Empanada. Bad Empanada. I don't know how to spell empanada, bro. I mean, I could look it up, but I really don't care. I doubt he has more than 100K viewers or like followers.
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends, huh? TikTok, Chloe.
Yeah, this is weird.
Because this was just a taste. This was just a small part of what we have organized for you.
Hey, Lydia.
It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse.
I got on at 9 o'clock. Where the fuck were you?
Every day, sit there just waiting. In
What is
misery
this
and
added?
fear of what we have in store for you. TikTok goes the club.
Maybe if he stops harassing other creators.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor.
Maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace.
House is just like covered in dog shit. And he has
told your
kids,
bald
and his
head
kids
I
like
had to
crawl into
work.
the dog shit.
And I feel like I am speaking
So
up
is an
for
excuse
a lot
with
of
you.
people who have problems with you.
I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it just...
Bro, he's talking about one dude. He's talking about one dude. A unhinged loser. Like, he goes on all these fringe, like, random people that, who gives, like, bro, if you literally stop talking about them, they won't exist. Get beat, Wolfie. I'm gonna beat your ass.
It's from like contact
That's what's really
with
gonna
their
happen.
hands or something.
I
Go
was
ahead, get them
particularly
dollars.
Angry
Get to
during
work.
This episode entitled "Snark Called CPS on Us" because I hold denims to be one of the primary reasons, in my opinion, why CPS was called. Another one of their friends, Froggy Tonic, had been spreading the same malicious rumor about me on Twitter for days before CPS was called as well.
I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to retweet it or like it, but fair enough. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure.
Now let me show you the tweets that Ian conveniently omitted. Me when my 3 kids ask me why they haven't seen me in the past 4 months. I was in my basement. How can you shun a fallen fan when they worry about their 3 kids when they can't be bothered to protect their dogs? Ethan was neglectful with his dogs. He's already been neglectful with his kids, and he will continue to be.
Bro, 200 people liked it. They're just unhinged. Like, these this is unhinged. Bro, like, I'm gonna get an axe and cut your legs down till you're shorter than me. That's gonna be a lot of cutting, cause you 5'1", bro. I don't know what you want me to do. That's gonna take a lot. You gotta cut off like 10 inches.
Worry about their 3 kids.
What
when
you
they
know about
can't be
that, though?
bothered to protect their dogs. Ethan
Got
was
him.
neglectful with his dogs. He's already been neglectful with
Got
his
him.
kids, and he will continue to be. As a child of a neglectful, bipolar, narcissistic dad, that's
Anyways, how was your
precisely
day?
why I worry about Ethan's kids. I explained it on the podcast.
Bro,
but
this
the
some
truth of the matter
random
is precisely
guy.
why-
He has no likes. He hasn't. Bro, this is nothing. This is a nobody. Bro, there's people on my YouTube telling me that 153 views is 0 views from your community. Excuse me. From your community. So this dude having 208 likes on a fucking tweet, out of all things, when you know that Twitter is full of Nazis, doesn't matter. This is worthless. How was my day? My day was pretty good, pretty decent. I mean, I just worked. I came home. I played some Mario Kart for like 2 hours, and yeah, now we streaming. The fact that I have to keep asking myself if this is still a video is crazy. Well, you're the one that didn't have any context, so I had to explain it to you. So, fuck off.
Why I worry about Ethan's kids. I explained it on the podcast, but the truth of the matter is, it's all a lie. It's all wrong. The man is talking about my children. He's painting me as a terrible parent, a neglectful parent, and saying that whose claim to fame as being IDubbbz' friend and former editor, is spreading malicious, damaging rumors about me that led to the CPS being called. Which, by the way, Ian does not explain one time. Did not mention why I'm angry at Froggy Tonic. He did not mention why I'm angry at Denims. He did not mention the name of the episode. He did not mention what the episode was about. He actually has a perfect opportunity to explain the CPS call, but watch what he does here instead.
Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit.
What other shit, Ian? Other shit is doing a lot of heavy lifting, man. Now, why does this matter? Because,
bro, you realize, like, oh my god, it's just kind of brain dead. Mario Bros on the Wii. I feel so old. You're literally not even 19. Shut the fuck up, little nigga. No, I'm just saying, like, it's like this is a video about himself, like, painting him as a bad person. Yo, chat, YouTube comments. Look, I have a normie chat right now. They don't even know who these people are. And they are looking at this for the first time and noticing that this nigga is literally digging himself into a farther and farther hole. Oh, Lydia, I'm goated at Mario Kart, by the way. I'm goated. Bro. What? Bro. Okay, so look here. He's talking about other shit. Enticing CPS to come to my house and take my children away. Bro. The only reason that even showed up, that dude has 1,000 followers, right? I have 900 followers on here. Over 980 followers. And I have a congruent viewership of like 5 people. Followers doesn't mean engagement. And you can see that for the simple fact that these tweets aren't really getting likes. Nobody's really watching them. But they're being snarked out by your own community on Twitter. They're screenshotting it and then putting it into your subreddit that you scroll through all day to find these different people to attack. It's weird, bro. It wouldn't get engagement if you didn't give it. Like, it's still fucked up, but it's like, also, this dude has 100 likes on a random tweet. Who gives a fuck? And it has 4,500 impressions. Like, bruh, ain't that serious, little nigga? Wolfie, I'm trying to be nice. Don't make me leave. You trying to be nice. I got an exam in the morning, so night before I fail. She says, don't make me leave. And then it's like, yeah, I'm going to leave. Alright, finish that exam, bro. I don't want you failing. Alright? I'll see you next time. I guess I gotta go live at 5 p.m. instead. Because, I mean, I went live when you wanted me to go live. And now I can't, like, Lydia just, like, fuck it all. It's fucked up, bro. It hurts my feelings. Hurts my feelings, though. It makes me cry and shit. Like, I'm gonna be crying and shit. I'm gonna be wiping my tears off my pillows and shit. But no, get some sleep, though. I appreciate you stopping by, as usual. Big Lydia in the chat. Big Lydia in the chat. Well, not Big Lydia. She's like 105 pounds, 5'1". Which is not a bad thing. But moving on.
Because Anissa was yucking it up with these.
Dream about being tall. Y'all want me to be short so bad. Y'all want me to be short so bad. I'm 134. Yo, go to sleep. Go to sleep. I'll see you next time, alright? I'm gonna try to get on tomorrow. I'll see you later. Nah, you funny as hell. So what you're telling me here is that she saw this really good tweet. Well, not really good. It's just like it's back to back to back. And it going back to back is really, really funny. It goes really, really funny. So it's like I'm still in the screenshot, and it probably popped up on her feed. Just because you follow people don't mean you see every single tweet that they tweet. He does realize that, right? I know he's been off of Twitter for like a year, but like you don't see every tweet from every person. Like if we really wanted to do the research, I can go ahead and scroll through and show y'all how many people's I follow that I see every single tweet if I'm just scrolling through like a normal person and not scrolling through to find tweets. It's really simple. It's really simple. Good night, Lydia.
Guys, during the period in which they were spreading this rumor and when the CPS call was made. The CPS call is central to understanding this story. You cannot tell this story without that context. And to try to tell this story without including that detail, it would be the most bad faith, cruel, gaslighting hit piece of all time. Unfortunately.
Okay, so if we talk about the CPS thing, does that just mean that you're completely right? Because, I mean, we could bring that up and we can explain how fucked up that was. But it's like, if we go chronologically through this entire, like, timeline, I mean, bro.
That's exactly what he did.
I just don't understand.
He convinced his audience that the reason that I'm mad, that I'm lashing out, simply because I'm a raving lunatic. I am crashing out. I'm just crazy and harassing his friends for no reason. And by the way, to my good friend Ian of 8 years, I really appreciate you weaponizing my mental health against me.
To make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial, weird crash out. People can have crash out moments. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help.
Someone who I've confided in over the years with my struggles with it, who understands what I've been through, the lengths that I've gone to work on myself and improve my mental condition.
Well, wouldn't you think, and like, I could be nitpicking here, but wouldn't you think someone that you've confided in about your mental health and how you kind of deal with it and your struggles and like basically giving them the signs that show when you're having these moments and when you're having these moments of, I don't people gonna take words so critically, but it's like these insecurities and the paranoia and different things like that. Like, don't you think someone that you've explained that to, that you've talked to before about that in great detail as you described, don't you think they'd be able to know when you're not being yourself? I would assume, right? Because, like, I know my friends, and when they start doing crazy shit, I try to tell them. Like, and I think what's most relatable with this situation with Ethan is that I have a friend, and crazy, right? And he has these moments as well of very over defensiveness, and when you try to criticize it or try to change their thought process and things like that, it's hard for them to see past that cloud, because paranoia, anxiousness, all of that stuff is scary, bro. And then especially when you weaponize that into anger, and then when you are continuing to lash out, you get people lashing out back at you because not everybody going for that. And so from there, that continues to escalate it. So I feel like I understand it, bro. You know your friends better than anyone, especially when you actually do talk to them and you about your mental health and shit like that. Like, yes, come on, bro.
For him to throw that in my face, to characterize anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment, is cruel and pathetic on a level I didn't think he would ever be possible of doing. One ridiculous point he keeps hammering on is that I'm hating on him, I'm harassing him, simply because he's following people on Twitter.
We're not going to run to your defense when, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
I'm not upset, Ian, because you follow people. That is absurd. I'm mad because you are actively engaging with these people on social media, in DMs, while this harassment is happening, seemingly indifferent to it, silent on it. In a sense, I felt like you were more on their side than my side.
Our silence means
okay. So if you were just believing that they were on other people's side, wouldn't you take that opportunity to reach out to them? And I know that you were irate. I know that you were upset during the CPS shit, which makes sense. But if I hear one of my homies and they just been on this bullshit for literally over a year, and then out of nowhere, niggas saying, "Go fuck yourself. You don't exist to me. Who else we want to burn? So you burning me, huh? You burning me, huh? We burning bridges with me, huh? Okay, word. Okay, word. I bet. It's fuck me, huh? I word. Bet.
Something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out.
Our silence means something. That's exactly what we felt. Wow, it's almost like we were right about you. There's something that I've never talked about publicly, but around the same time, we received 2 human skulls in the mail at our home, which led us to having a very pleasant interview with the FBI. Things have progressed well past the point of that's just what the internet does. Ian had a recent revelation. He's transcended into a new person. He's a...
They really sent human skulls to your house, and you still went live? I tried to mute it. My fault. He said he talked to the FBI? Oh, brother. I don't know what to say about this, bro, at this point. It's like, Jesus.
Chief Nirvana, and discovered empathy at age 32.
I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability empathy, and I'm very ashamed to admit that. It sounds really pathetic to say at the age of 32 I've acquired empathy, but
he literally admits that being 32 and learning empathy is fucking pathetic.
And I've realized it because I just can't help myself but feel for other people's pain and suffering now. I'm still not perfect. I think that is my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up potentially, but it's at least there.
In the spirit of his newfound enlightenment, he had this to say.
Brother.
I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it. The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons, and obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on, and I'm not. I'm a human. I'm a real human who makes mistakes, and I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinating a lot of people into thinking
dude, that's
this
just
is
funny.
an
I'm sorry.
way to behave, and it's not.
What happened? Am I so uniquely evil that you're willing to abandon your newfound principles after, less than a year? What is it that I've done, Ian, that makes me more detestable
welcome back.
than any of the other people that you've content copped? And for what did you do this? To revitalize your dying career? This entire video reeks of desperation.
And the thing that's very telling about Ethan's little paradox that he has going on right now is that whenever it comes down to it, he always just says it's clout chasing. Or he always is like, oh, you're dog shit, so that's why you made this video. And literally in the content cop, Ian says that he doesn't promote his podcast. He does it because it's something that's fun, and he doesn't want to garner all of that audience potentially that he had before. That's why it has 3K views. But to be fair, his content cop has 6 million. Your content nuke has 4 million? L plus ratio, my nigga. Oops.
Of being thrown together and poorly researched. I don't really even understand why they did this, and I can't imagine that it's going to be worth it. Thanks for the 8 years of friendship, buddy. Have fun with your new friends.
That last part actually just explained it all entirely. That actually just explained it all. He thinks he lost a friend. I mean, he technically did, but he burned that bridge with them. So he's sad that he lost a friend. And I get it. It's respectable. Understandable. But I don't know. It's that's some response, bro. That's some response. I really don't even know what I could say. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if anybody in the comments want to go ahead and leave another hateful comment on the video, go ahead. We can actually talk about it. Or you can come over to twitch.tv/WolfieGoldberg and we can talk about it live. So you can get my unfiltered response. Yeah, I just don't get it. It's just he's blinded. He's blinded by anxiety and paranoia. In my opinion, I'm not no doctor, nothing. People gonna say, "Oh, why are you evaluating people's mental health?" Like I already validated a lot of his feelings, but I also have to acknowledge the bullshit too. So, hey man, good luck with that shit, Ethan. Good luck, bro. You got this. You got this. Lock in. That's an interesting response. That's an interesting response. He said, "Thanks for the 8 years of friendship." He really hurt. Damn. Well, I guess we'll see where this goes.